Fidelis, what are you asking me? Somebody said you should ask me questions.
When we get there now.
I don't like all these
Why don't you calm
Why you
down?
talking? People are gossiping.
Why don't you calm down?
Gossiping about me.
All right, let's do this. Who's ready? Yay. Smooth 98.1, love music, love life. It's 9:01 a.m. and time for today's edition of the Locker Room 981. I have Tega in the room. Good morning, Tega Onojaife.
Good morning. Yes. I live for the applause. Good morning, everybody. Thank God it's Friday.
Yeah.
Thank God for Friday. Make it a good Friday.
Make it a good Friday. Thank you very much, Tia. You're welcome. All right. We also have Dr. Rose in the house. Morning, Dr. Rose. Another round of applause. Okay.
Good morning. Good morning. Good to be here.
I can't believe you gave two people the same round of applause you gave her.
No, I gave a different one.
My own. How is my own? My own have Michael Jackson like screams inside.
Yes, and yours is
people
longer.
People were fainting.
Yeah. And yours is longer, and yours is certainly more Michael Jackson. Okay. Michael Jackson-esque.
Okay.
That's
important. Yes, that's very important.
Very important. All right, everyone. This is your applause so that you don't say we left you out of it. This is yours. That seems you're clapping for people.
I can't live like this. All right, this is all my time to clap. You owe me 2 minutes.
I don't owe you 2 minutes. I don't know what to accolade. I give it to you. All right, so this is how you can be a part of the conversation. Head on to YouTube right now, youtube.com, and search for Smooth 981 FM. And then you can just chat with us on YouTube. And send your WhatsApp message or send your message through the YouTube box, and you know what happens at halftime. We take it, it's a bit deeper there. Also, you can send your message to our WhatsApp platform 0809 444 0981. Now, before we start the show, Cruz sent me an assignment. He said when you come in, I should ask you, what's that one thing that you want to remain at 100 naira permanently?
The one thing I want, Pringles.
Not food. I thought you say breakfast, English breakfast.
No.
Oh, I didn't know you liked that. I'll be buying it for you. I didn't know you liked it. What flavor?
Sour cream and onion flavor. 2 packs.
You're easy, no problem. That sounds very easy. Dr. Rose, which will it be for you?
That's a tough one, though.
If you say something charitable now, we'll have a problem.
No, not charitable. What should remain at 100 naira? Really?
Yeah. Okay, we can bring the price down to 100 naira forever. It's just so you can be buying it anyhow. People said house. People said travel.
No, I don't know. Just Pringles.
No, I need chocolate. I need that Cadbury chocolate. You know that's milky.
Yeah.
Really?
Doctor.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm a chocolate freak. I'm sorry.
No, you guys
I have a soft.
Okay, let's go.
It's very
you guys
sweet.
Are like, asking for. I want to travel tickets anywhere.
It can never be 100 naira. So.
Okay, that's what we're dreaming.
Okay, let's dream.
Okay, sports.
No, I don't want it to be 100 naira. I don't want it to be 100 naira. I don't want to see some people there. I travel away from people. I don't want it to be 100 naira. How can you not travel to be 100 naira when I'm running away from some people? Make it 100 naira and they follow me. No.
All right, so let's go to our first story for this morning. In apparent reaction to threats to boycott the FIBA World Cup qualifiers slated for later this year, the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development has requested the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to commence immediate processing for payment monies owed Nigeria's senior women's basketball team, the Tigers.
Yes, so huge one. So again, this news has been unraveling since we spoke about it. There's been a lot of things. So remember how you asked me, you said, why is it that when people leave the private sector and go into the public sector, they just start to behave a certain way?
Yes.
It's not them, it's the system.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's the system. So it turns out that this money that is being owed to them is the sports ministry that's supposed to give it to them, not necessarily the NBBF. So it's not the president that is owing them. Remember, we were talking about him off camera saying, coming from a private sector, he should have had more experience.
Yeah.
It's not him. The money is with the sports ministry. So the sports ministry is now saying that, we'll disburse it. They're even claiming that they didn't have the account number of the Tigers. I said, okay, so where have you been paying the Tigers money into if you didn't have the account number? And how long does it take to send account number? It's just the excuses these people give. So money was given as a part of a program to the Tigresses to carry out to participate in a tournament. The tournament has happened. It has ended. And you're still telling me that the money is intact in the account. Doing what there? Was the money not supposed to prosecute the tournament? Why is the money intact in the account? Is it savings account? Is it mutual benefits? What are they holding the money there for? Is it inheritance? They said give the money to these people for this tournament. You allowed these girls to go for this tournament. You didn't release money. Now that the girls have cried on social media, you are now saying the money is intact in the account. Anyways, so they are going to release the money according to them. But if they don't release
shouldn't there be some form of punishment for whoever it is?
Have you ever seen anybody punished in the civil service?
That's a challenge.
When snakes are swallowing money, how can you see people? Monkeys. How can you see people to punish in the civil service? And that's therein lies the problem. So when you bring all these private sector people, you still have to go through that channel that needs an overhaul. I say it. There's so many things you want to do with when it comes to mentorship and sports in secondary school, government-owned secondary schools, because again they don't have as much facilities. They don't have the facilities like the private schools do. And you want to go into that system, you want to make changes. By the time you write letter and it will pass from one desk to the other, term is over. So it's the bottleneck. It's frustrating if you try to go through government schools. So now you see people just ignoring government schools and going to work with private schools who already have the tools to do all these things. So the government-owned secondary school students are still left behind, and the whole idea of bringing up all these programs is to raise them up. So the civil service just needs an overhaul. It's everywhere. It's not just in sports, but the reason we're talking about this now in sports is because these girls came out and went on social media, talked about the people that were old. Turns out it's not in the hands of the MBBF entirely. It is actually the sports ministry. So.
All right, so we apologize for anything we said to the NBBF.
Yes.
Take it back and collect it from here and transfer to the ministry. All right, so Great Britain's Cameron Norrie used a precise service game to overpower Diego Schwartzman 6-love 6-2 to reach the semi-finals of the ATP Indian Wells Masters on Thursday. According to Norrie, everything went my way today, of course.
Yeah, so really it was a beautiful performance by Norrie. This is like, from when the calendar is released by next week, he's going to be the British #1, the first time in his own career.
Wow.
And then he's had like 45 ATP Tour wins, like the highest ever in his career, and he's aiming to get to the ATP Tour final, which is his goal. He could actually, if he wins the tournament, he's going to get 1,000 points, and he has 900 and something. The person before him, but there's still
tournaments in between.
I know, yeah. So it's a long road, but it's a beautiful performance by him, and I'm really happy for him. Also in the this tournament, all the top seeds in the male top 10 are all out except to the world number 3 and world number 4, Zverev and Tsitsipas. And in the women team also, all the top 10 are out. Like, all is amazing. Like, it's like this tournament has really brought tennis to its grassroots. It's sad that it's happening at the end of the season, so we're not seeing the top players at their best. Many of them are tired, but it's also good for those who are hustling, who still have some energy in their tank to really bring out their best.
And I totally agree with this one when it comes to, when I remember Grigor Dimitrov.
Yes.
So Kamnori is going to face Grigor Dimitrov, and Grigor
semi-final.
Dimitrov took out Medvedev clinically. Let me tell you how painful it was for Medvedev, but how exciting it was for me at night to be watching Grigor Dimitrov. He was 1 set down and 4-1 down. He was 2 breaks down in the second set. So as it was, Grigor Dimitrov was ready. Medvedev was ready to go and give post-match conference. The way the scoreline was looking, from 4-1 down, he went on to win the second set. He went on to win the third set. Last night, he came up again against Kokash, who is ranked world number 8. He went down the first set. He was down in the second set. He came back to take that second set. And in third set, he went ahead, but was broken back, and then took the set finally in a tiebreaker. So he's been. I have to say something about Grigor Dimitrov. I remember when they called him Baby Federer. I didn't think he was Baby Federer.
He is actually with his backstroke.
Everybody he's not even Baby Gasquet. Yeah, I'm sorry. Because of the one-handed backhand, they say, "Oh, Baby Federer." I'm like, that one-handed backhand is not even as good as Gasquet. So why are we calling him Baby Federer? But he's a fantastic. He has talent. He's fantastic. He's just distracted.
Yeah,
if you see him, he's a model. Yeah. Beautiful boy. That's what he is. I mean, he's not a boy anymore, but beautiful.
Beautiful
So
man.
he's distracted by all these things. So you see him in the life. They're talking about how he dated Nicole Scherzinger, how he dated Maria Sharapova. So more of his story when he was at his peak performance was about the women he was dating and
Not
the
his
magazines
sports.
he was, as opposed to his tennis. And he is extremely talented. Some of the shots this guy makes with his eyes closed is completely, it's out of the way. So which is which we, when we come back to saying discipline is more important than skill. If you are disciplined, you will make it more than the person that is talented.
Yeah.
And so that's what he was
so true.
lacking. But in tournaments like this where he's come back, he had COVID sometime in the year.
Yes.
And he said 3 months after he had COVID, he thought he was fine. Then he was walking up a flight of stairs and he couldn't breathe. So the after effects were still there. So he's been suffering from fatigue. He hasn't played a lot of tennis, but he came back. But because of that, I think he started appreciating tennis a lot more, which is why we're seeing him perform this way in this tournament. An absolutely amazing performance from Dimitrov. So yes, towards the end of the year when injuries have started mounting, fatigue has started building. You see the likes of Medvedev and Djokovic and Nadal and not able to carry on to the year. That's when these young hustlers show up and stun the
show
world.
Absolutely. All right. I was looking forward to hearing your take on this next story. Sad one here. Agnes Tirop. Police in Kenya have arrested the husband of record-breaking long-distance runner Agnes Tirop, who was stabbed to death at her home. Emmanuel Rotich, who was detained in the coastal city of Mombasa, will face charges once the investigations are completed.
Yes, so turns out, the news broke, I think, Wednesday evening, that Agnes had passed, that she was found dead in her home. We're like, okay, 25-year-old, what happened? Was it a cardiac arrest? As it was going, or as the stories were coming out of Kenya, they released, there was a press release that she was actually stabbed in her house, and the husband was caught on the run. So it's not like they were looking for her. It's the strangest things. We still don't know what the story was, but regardless of what it is, it comes back to all that domestic violence we always talk about. There was, I think it was it last year or the year before, we talked about a boxer dying in South Africa whose husband had killed her. So you be saying the woman is a boxer. You be saying if the woman is strong enough, if she's easy. But domestic violence is domestic violence. It doesn't only happen to one gender. Let's just be honest. However, these two cases have come and they are on the women's side. It's a big issue across the globe, and it's something we need to look into. But yes, this woman, this promising talent, she's already started breaking records. She's already started making history. But the promising talent, her life was cut short in her own home, where she should be safe and secure, by the one person that she would think would protect her. So as the story comes out, as more information come out, we'll talk about it. But so far, very sad news.
Very sad.
For Kenyan athletics, in fact, global athletics, because I mean, I know Agnes Tirop.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Sad. All right, let's go on to some football. Lionel Messi, Neymar, and a host of other South American stars are missing from Paris Saint-Germain this weekend. But Kylian Mbappe will take center stage as a starring for France in their successful UEFA Nations League campaign.
Okay, so like every other league, they're going to have a lot of downtime this weekend because many of the players, especially South Americans, are out because of COVID restrictions. So many of them are out. So for PSG, they have Neymar. They have over 5 players.
Yeah,
down
Neymar, Messi, Angel Di Maria,
Marquinhos. It's like
plenty. They
so
like 5 or 7
players
Yeah.
out because of the tournament in South America, and then so it's a big one. And I think what Pochettino was trying to raise is something I think not only PSG but every other team is actually complaining in England too. The same thing. They're also complaining about having their players all not available for the weekend. So I mean, it's good a little bit for Africa. Africa is closer to them, and then with many of our countries don't have that restrictions like the South American do. We're not in the red zone, but I think FIFA needs to come to look at it. Players need to be vaccinated too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think it just ends at that, because which is why remember when we're talking about playing the World Cup every 2 years.
Yeah.
It's World Cup qualifier that they travel for. So imagine if they are doing this qualifier every 2 years. It doesn't make any sense logistically. Think about it. Argentina played early hours of this morning.
This morning, yes, the last
Argentina
match
against Peru was early hours of this morning. And the truth of the matter is, the reason why their matches are late is because they also arrive late.
Yeah.
To get to South America. I think it was the Premier League that even said, you know what, all of you people can travel separately. We'll book one private jet for you. All of you will go in the private jet and come back in private jet, so that you won't have that 10-day restriction. Yeah. But the timing, if Argentina played Brazil also played this morning. Brazil Uruguay was this morning. So early hours of this morning, by 1:30 a.m. they played. By the time the match was over, it was already today. Yeah. So
today's Friday.
You're not going to travel for today for a match against tomorrow. You are definitely not playing.
Yeah.
So again, it is the logistics of the issue. So that World Cup every 2 years. I said, Wenger, don't let me catch
Someone
you.
should get him a job. Let's get him a coaching job, please. All right, let's go on a break. When we come back, we have more stories for you here on the Local Room 981.
I'm telling you, by the time they finish traveling.
Somebody give my guy work. Arsene Wenger. Let him come back to Arsenal.
No.
No. Did you say come back?
Nah.
You have moved back to Arsenal.
Whom? Yeah.
Our husband is a national fan.
No, but I never left Arsenal. I just I never did.
Please.
He just had a second
If you are
love.
watching YouTube, help me bear witness. I just say she never left.
I never left.
Help me bear witness.
I just
Let's look at YouTube.
took a little tour.
Please,
Oh yeah. I'm cold in this place. I had only just there to just shop around, but I knew I was coming back.
Toko said, Ayo, please stop it. Toko said, Ayo, he's starting him now. Please, thank you for this weekend.
Guys, you're not listening.
What are you? Okay.
I'm not Arsenal. I never left Arsenal because my husband is Arsenal. My family team is Arsenal.
She took a short break from her relationship.
Thank Toby is the only one that understands me. Toby. I took a short. Can a girl not have a break?
Ayo, that's why I must marry an Arsenal man.
Yes,
you deny me
loyal.
public.
Yes,
My Arsenal man
loyal.
to give me twin babies.
Not
Not too much to ask.
Not too much to ask.
Ayo, please stay with Spouse. Ayo, fear God. See, Buku is saying you should fear God.
No, these people are getting me wrong, bro. It was just we had that one has one for you. Has an Arsenal fan for you. Arsenal fan.
That boy, you have one for me. Please, quick. Send picture. We have to see picture. He has to be tall, like NBA tall, not normal tall. So you know the average height in NBA is like 6'6".
No, jokes. Take that back. Chooks. Take that back.
Ayo is behaving like FFK. Tall and handsome. That's what I want. Arsenal fan, tall and handsome. I'm interested. I'm ready. I'm ready.
How can you not? Is it Chuka?
When do you want us to meet?
Chuka will be. How can you? That is the worst insult I've received this year.
Ayo,
Compared with FFK. Chimobi Victor, exactly. I'm never. If I hear your voice on our phone, nigga, just cut it. I say sorry, network problem. Maybe I'm FFK. Let's lie together.
That guy switch lanes. No.
I can't take this. I can't take this. How can you compare me to FFK?
Yeah, let's not do this again. Let's vex and go out.
No, sir, I can't see my work. Sorry, no. Oh my goodness.
Let's walk. I'll be back.
Yeah, no, after this one.
So we come back. What's the next story?
So the next story is
Man City, Abi?
Yeah, Man United.
Yeah. Okay, Man United, Leicester City.
Yeah. Well,
that way, I'm not being honest though. Yeah, this is a lie from the pit of hell.
Okay, people.
And it's from the pit of hell self.
That boy has given me my husband. Let me go and eat here so that those twins will be set.
how much yam do you have to eat?
I never let us
Ondo yam.
Monday yam.
Ondo yam. So that the twins will be set.
Okay. Yeah. So he's done his part. You have to do your own part. Because that twins must land.
That twins must land. So that's what we are ready.
That's what we're ready to go.
Kayo will MC the wedding.
Yes, now. And what am I there for?
Doctor will bet the baby.
We're done.
Every Sunday.
Oh my God. Oh goodness. Alright, coming back.
All that jazz on one menu. Love music.
Love Live. Lorraine.
This is Frank Doctor. You're listening to Smooth Breakfast.
What is the other man you defender?
Ready, guys?
Not Jones, not Phil Jones. The other
Studio,
one.
we're coming on live.
Huh?
Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. Oh gosh, we've had such a great time, half time. Just go to our comments. We had one on YouTube earlier on. If you'd like to comment, it's 0809 444 0981. You're listening to the Locker Room 981 here on Smooth 98.1. Olufemi Omotaya says the story of Tirup's murder surely ranks as one of the most unfortunate incidents of 2021, which is saying something as there have been many in the year already. Sad. Oladimeji Lekon says, Tega and crew, the opening of reconstruction basketball court at Ilukweju was massive and the court is looking attractive.
Oh yes, I forgot to mention Giants of Africa, Masai Ujiri. He said he's going to build 100 courts around Nigeria.
Yes, you mentioned this basketball last time. Yeah.
So those are one of the courts. He's opened 4 already.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
In Lagos alone.
I used to play basketball.
You have the height.
Yeah.
So I get up before no be proper.
All right. Let me just humbly go to what I've been assigned to do today. All right, we have Dr. Rose and Tega, of course, on the show. Manchester United will be without Raphael Varane due to a groin injury that leaves Ole Gunnar Solskjaer short on options at centre-back for a demanding few weeks.
Okay, so Varane is out. He had a groin injury sustained during the last tournament that was held. And then also the other guy, Maguire is also out. He's also injured. So that leaves Bailly and Phil Jones as the option for centre back for Man United. And it's a tough match because they're playing Leicester, who is also trying to get points too. So
Leicester City.
Yeah.
Vardy.
Yeah.
Man. Do your thing.
So I wonder.
The streets banter.
I wonder what cards Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to play for Man U to win the match, because they are defensively not good this time, and it's going to be a tough one for them because Leicester is going to come gun blazing at them. Yeah, I see them having maybe 2 strikers and starting the match, and it's going to be tough for Man United to cope the defense. Yeah,
really tough one for them. But also, they have Cristiano Ronaldo. Can't be hard.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, they have Cristiano Ronaldo. They have Greenwood. Those people will score goals. So I think it will come down to who can score goals more, because even Leicester City, they're also shaky defensively, but a lot of banter. Just give us banter this weekend. I beg you. All right.
So Bayern Munich coach Julian Nagelsmann backed Polish poacher Robert Lewandowski to win this year's Ballon d'Or as the Bundesliga leaders prepare for a top-of-the-table clash with Bayer Leverkusen on Saturday.
Yeah, well, Lewandowski's name has been pronounced everywhere. But if you ask a Chelsea fan, they'd say Jorginho.
That's what everybody's saying.
So there are lots of names popping up. But this is what I like about the Ballon d'Or that has changed. And I've been saying it since because of the years that Frank Ribery was robbed and Xavi Hernandez was robbed. Because of this rivalry between Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, it completely reduced football to who scored or who won trophy. Ballon d'Or is individual award of who played the best football, which player was best. And truth be told, Lewandowski has a shout in for that. Unfortunately, he didn't win Champions League.
Poland didn't do much.
Poland didn't do much. So the Blues are talking, but he's scoring goals aplenty, which is his job as a striker. So if you ask me, yes, if you ask me who are the top players in the world at the moment, there's no way I would mention the top 5 and not put Lewandowski in it. Performance based alone. So yes, he should have a voice in there, but
it's a tough one to call this year because there is no one player that is everything.
Yes, and that's what this year brings. There's no one player that is everything. And so in these years where there's no one player that is standing out, we really need to look at the stats so that Lewandowski will have something, because he should have won it 2020.
Yes.
But there was no Ballon d'Or, so really, I don't know.
All right. So
the Blues of Chelsea will not allow us, but
Chimobi Victor says, I leave that story. I didn't say it was Tega. Only Cristiano Ronaldo can't do it alone for Manchester United. My money will be on Leicester City to get the maximum points, while for the Ballon d'Or, I will give it to Robert Lewandowski.
Even
If
even
I,
Ayo.
if I will agree with
Even
you, right?
Ayo, you agree
Oh,
with him.
okay. No, I'm giving it to Messi, of course. Lionel Messi. Pedri, Barcelona's teenage midfielder Pedri, has agreed a new contract until 2026, including a release clause of 1 billion euros. The La Liga club announced on Thursday. Pedri will sign the new deal on Friday with President Juan Laporta before holding a news conference.
Okay, so let me. The reason why I'm rushing this story is because while they were talking about this signing, he also mentioned that he was hoping that Lionel Messi will play for free.
Mm-hmm.
I've not heard that.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably why they say drink responsibly, because I don't know what does he mean Lionel Messi will play for free, even if it's his father's club. What do you mean you play for Lionel Messi? Are you kidding? That he was hoping that when he told Lionel Messi of the financial troubles and why they couldn't retain him, that Lionel Messi will play for free. Are you working for free? You, with all the problems that Barcelona has, you're collecting money. Are you working for free? You joking?
Are we joking?
Anyways, so they've put 1 billion on this Pedri, and I understand why. Pedri is such a fantastic player, and I knew he was going to be out injured for a while because he worked all through the season. So he played for Barcelona all through the season, went to play for Spain at the Euros, and then went to the Olympics to play for Spain. And in both tournaments, Spain went deep into the tournament.
Yeah.
In Euros, I think it was semi-finals,
and
then
finals.
in the at the Olympics, it was finals. So they went deep into the tournament. The boy played all those games. I know he's 18 and he has energy, but please, the body has wear and tear, which is why we cannot have the World Cup every 2 years. I keep plugging this in.
I hope Wenger is listening.
So it's such he's such a fantastic talent. But putting 1 billion on it, does he know how much Newcastle United have?
I know.
They have a lot of baby food.
I know.
Correct money. They will collect that, but again, it also works for them because if a club decides that they're going to bring 1 billion for Pedri, it's Barcelona's benefit.
Yeah.
They have money problems and you're bringing money. They will collect.
All right, so Ladile Johnson says Man United also have Lindelof, and Ibukun on YouTube also agrees with that.
Yeah, so we also have Lindelof, but we also mentioned the other options for strikers. It's not that we have ignored Lindelof. It's just that we also mentioned.
Emeka from Amor says, seems only strikers and midfielders are winning Ballon d'Ors. When will a goalkeeper win one?
Chai, and Manuel Neuer had a good year to win it.
Exactly.
One time. Yeah. Again, so there were times where you could have said this season is so open that somebody should have won it, but it didn't happen. But Manuel Neuer, he wasn't even my favorite German to win it. I thought Müller had a better year than Manuel Neuer that season.
Well, it's
Again.
All right, so on YouTube, Tokma says, sorry, Lewandowski for 2020. Chelsea, Jorginho did better for club and country in 2021. Then B says, I would give it to Kante. Is he even in the running?
yes.
He's also in the running, yes.
Okay, all right.
You are everywhere now. He must be in the running.
All right, final one here. Inzaghi returns to Lazio with unbeaten Inter. Simon Inzaghi takes defending Serie A champions Inter Milan to former club Lazio this weekend, while Jose Mourinho's Roma travel to a resurgent Juventus, who are all hoping to climb back into title contention.
Okay, so this weekend for the Italian Serie A is a blockbuster because you have different matches taking place. You have the Inter versus Lazio. You have Juventus versus Roma. We also have I think AC Milan versus Atalanta. So these
fantastic weekend. Just
beautiful
grab the popcorn.
Yeah, for Serie A it's beautiful. But Inzaghi is coming back. He was the former coach of Lazio, so he's coming back to his. I mean, he has won most records with them. He played with them as a player. He was a player there, and he was a coach there. He did fantastically with them. He took them to the Champions League that they are now playing. I mean, they've not been in the Champions League for a while, so it's mixed feelings for him. And then he's doing very fantastic in Inter Milan. Nobody expected Inter to bounce back after they lost their coach and their star striker. But he's also going to have a challenge this weekend because he doesn't have Lautaro Martinez playing for him this weekend. So it's so it's going to be interesting watch, and I mean it's an interesting watch for everybody this weekend.
All right, nice one. So something to look forward to this weekend. Chidozie says, Ayo, you played basketball. Please, there's a huge difference between basket and volleyball. I played both.
Chidozie, kneel down in the corner
Don't mind
and raise your hand.
You giving the Ballon d'Or to Messi this year is the same reason why fans aren't allowed to vote. I know. Chris says, wait, oh, me, I still blame the NBBF. Why didn't they follow up with the sports ministry? We need all these people to start doing.
Have you followed up with the sports ministry before? Have you followed with civil service before? It's the answer that they'll give you. The only reason why they reacted now is because of the shame.
Yeah. Okay, then that's all. We're out of time. Thank you all very much. Thanks for our fantastic. Today is for the YouTube followers. I'm sorry.
telling
They
you.
were just amazing. Thank you to our YouTube fam. I've
Thank
cancelled
you.
Dakpo. I've cancelled a few people. I've marked you, right?
He's not cancelled that for yet. Let him bring the tall.
Oh,
black
okay,
and-
okay, okay.
No, he didn't say that. He just said tall and handsome. Let him bring the tall and handsome.
And
So
Say,
you don't care which one?
and what am I using? What am I using color for? I don't see color. I don't see color.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Rose, and thank you,
Thank
Tega.
you,
Tega is
Tega.
Tega Supreme on social media, and you can follow the work she does with ladies in sports at LIS International. We are here from now till 11 before we hand over to Strictly Soul. So enjoy some smooth music for a Feel Good Friday on Smooth 98.1. I remain Ayon Myro.
Thank you. Oh, it was awesome today.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Awesome indeed.